Welcome to Fun and Games Side Quests. Every episode is a different host sharing a video game they love and why they love it.
Hello there, SideQuest fans. This is Jesse Fresco, former host of the Jaguar Sharks podcast crew. We wrapped up all our shows last year in 2024, but I pop up on various other shows when I feel so inclined. I stumbled across the SideQuest podcast while I was looking for something to listen to at the gym, and I thought I might jump on and discuss a game that I don't think gets enough love these days. Before that, I'd like to plug something. As we were wrapping up Jaguar Sharks last year, I dove headfirst into writing, and I am now a published author, or at least self-published author. My first novel, Skyhawk, is now available from Ingram Spark, or you can purchase a copy on Amazon or even on your Kindle. Just Google Jesse Fresco Skyhawk, and you should find it fairly easily. It's the first in what will be a 7-novel series, and I'm hoping to have book 2 done by December of 2026. So if you like space action adventure in the vein of Star Wars or Battlestar Galactica, this one might be for you. Now, getting into the game I want to talk about, I recently picked up the remastered version of this game, and I can firmly say it is well worth the price tag. Today, I am talking about the gothic first-person shooter Blood from 1997. I didn't play this when it first came out because I grew up poor and didn't have a PC until 2000, and then I was more of a console person. But I eventually found out about this game through a YouTuber I like called Civi11. He does sort of retrospectives and guides for games you've probably never heard of, and he probably he'll put out videos about games that are kind of niche. He'll just use it to kind of just to make fun of things like William Shatner's Tech War, a game that everyone critically hates. But he also did a whole look back at the Blood series, even its terrible sequel, Blood 2. And so when I saw footage of that first game, I knew I needed to get that game. So I bought the remaster, or at least the first remaster, on Steam called Blood Fresh Supply. I played it, loved it, and continue to love it even today. But Blood purists pointed out that it wasn't a true remaster because that version was developed by Night Dive Studios by reverse engineering currently existing code from older versions of the game. They apparently couldn't find the source code, which has been, unfortunately, been happening a lot. A lot of these older games are not properly preserved, so thank God for Night Dive Studios. Thank you. Continue to do what you do. But now, just this December 2025, a new version called Refresh Supply was released and made available for Steam and consoles. It has improved textures, better optimization, and includes extra scenarios to play, including fan-made missions and maps. It's the ultimate way to play the game, and in my opinion, stands as one of the crown jewels of 90s first-person shooter games. This one doesn't get as much love as Doom or Half-Life, which sucks because I think this is better than both of those, honestly. I know, fighting words, but let me discuss why and you'll understand. The story is you play as Caleb, a gunslinger who is part of a cabal in service to a dark god called Chernobog. The dark god betrays you and wipes out all of your compatriots, then imprisons you in a tomb for years before you rise from the grave to take your revenge. Each scenario has you fighting a variety of undead creatures and cultists as you make your way deeper into the dark god's keep to finally take him down for good. That's it. That's the whole plot. Simple and to the point. What makes this stand apart from Doom or Half-Life is a couple of things. One, Caleb is the bad guy. Not redeemable at all. It's just that in the context of the story, he is taking on even worse bad guys, so he, by default, becomes the good guy. Two, gameplay-wise, this is much stronger than both Doom and Half-Life in that your movement feels much more like action movie movement. It's slick and it's quick and really encourages constant movement, not just circle strafing. 3, this game, even on moderate difficulty, can be brutally difficult. People like to say Dark Souls is hard, but really that game just requires patience. Blood is just downright kick you in the balls hard. Enemies will litter the screen, hit scanners will nail you from the opposite side of a room, and save scumming becomes critical if you're going to make progress. If you want challenge, then this is the one for you. Another thing I love about Blood is that it feels, unlike Doom and Half-Life, like it revels in its decadence and really develops a true personality of its own. You can make comparisons to the Duke Nukem games in that Caleb will spout one-liners when he makes a kill, excellently voiced by Stephen Waite, by the way. He'll laugh maniacally when you toss a bundle of dynamite into a group of enemies and they explode. And the hidden secrets you can find throughout each of the levels homage famous horror films like Evil Dead or Friday the 13th. It really loves the gothic horror film tone and style. Doom walked so that blood could run. The weapons you get to dispatch enemies are also really fun and unique, and they all have a secondary fire as well. You get, as expected, a pitchfork for melee attacks. You also get a flare gun as your pistol kind of weapon, a double-barrel shotgun, as expected, a Tommy gun, your machine gun, and a napalm launcher, which is kind of like your rocket launcher. But then you get things like the voodoo doll, a Tesla gun, 3 different types of dynamite, a life leech rod that acts as your BFG, and my personal favorite, an aerosol can that you can use with a lighter to make a flamethrower, or you can light the can on fire and toss it into a group of enemies and set everything on fire. Everything feels so smooth and easy to grasp, but tough to master. Tossing dynamite correctly becomes something you better learn quickly because enemies will swarm you and take you out so fast you won't even know what hit you. Oh, and the cultist enemies' main weapons are machine guns and dynamite. So they are coming after you all the time. Every level just drips with atmosphere and really feels like a fully realized, lived-in world. It's hard to believe something this good and something this completely realized came out in 1997. And it's only just improved since then. Even as of just a couple of years ago, new levels and scenarios were being released by fans, the most well-known being Death Wish, which will be patched in very soon with the current re-release, Refresh Supply. The only negatives I would give the game are that there's some points where you might get a bit lost because some levels are very labyrinthian and you'll end up backtracking to find that one door you haven't opened or that one key you might have missed hidden in a corner. Granted, Doom had kind of the same issue, so it really is par for the course. Beyond that, I do think that sometimes it is a bit unforgiving with its difficulty and you'll end up save scumming just to progress. Some rooms are just filled to the brim with enemies hiding behind doors or tucked away in corners, which from a gameplay perspective is completely unfair given how much damage they deal and how quickly they can sap your health. Ammo and health pickups are really precious sometimes a bit too much. They gave you that pitchfork for a reason as a standby, because if you blow through all your ammo, that's it. You're back to the pitchfork. So for new players, you're going to probably go through that ammo quickly. Learn to conserve. Even when the game is over, though, you'll want to replay it again and again just to experience the tight gameplay and great atmosphere. It really feels much more replayable than Doom or Half-Life. The movement and jumping feels like an action movie. The gunplay is fast and frenetic, and the atmosphere just feels so unique to anything else that came out back at the time. While there is a sequel, do not play it. It is terrible and was released unfinished due to budget cuts. If you want more information about this series, check out Civvy11 on YouTube. He has a whole retrospective series about Blood and its ungodly awful sequel. I'd love for this series to return with a new installment, but since Monolith Games is now shut down, who knows if we'll get a new one. I'd love to see this get the Doom 2016 treatment. I think Caleb is probably one of the most satisfying villains to play as in gaming. He just revels in his brutality and even indulges in cannibalism when he eats human hearts as his health pickups. Blood is a game that every first-person shooter needs to have in their library. Like Doom, there's still a fan base and a passion for this world, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Happy gaming.
Hello there! My name is Leo, and I'm here to tell you all about my Dune podcast, Gom Jabbar, the perfect podcast for new fans of Dune and longtime fans of Dune alike. My co-host Abu and I dive deep in both spoiler-free and spoiler-heavy episodes covering, Frank Herbert's original novels, the film adaptations, the board games, the comics, the upcoming video games, the HBO TV series, anything we can get our hands on. We even have a companion book club series to make your first or your 15th read-through even better. So, if you recently saw Denis Villeneuve's adaptation of Dune, or if you read Dune back when it came out in 1965, this is the podcast for you. You can find Gom Jabbar on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, pretty much anywhere you find your podcasts, and we hope you join us on the Golden Path.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.